With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Time with DeAndre Swift.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. His throw incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and got the ball from them.
3-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Brady. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Number 22.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, Could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
On second down, it's Gordon, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Watch twins. He's checking. Crash. Alert!
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Devontae Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom indeed. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Vikings 0.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't.
Oh, Prescott stripped. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way to the opposite 45.
Number 17.
A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards.
First down.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Prescott from the gun. Looking right sideline. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Vikings.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. And again, it's Prescott. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Now a play fake. Brady. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They run it here with Gordon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
Chase Young.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Down and long.
Shotgun now for Brady. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
This is Gordon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 35.
Jordan Poyer.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
The 26-yard line.
On play action, it's Brady. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up second.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one.
And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
The ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever, and I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's complete to Mooney. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they run the option on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the pick six, and they're decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Brady. And Adams has it complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Brady now on 1st down. Able to get this to Gordon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. The left side completion to Jones. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Brady on the bootleg. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Set to kick off.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
37-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Gordon. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
To Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And that is incomplete here.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
20.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott forced out to his left. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Minnesota.
To the air again, Prescott. Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Prescott yet again. Over the middle, it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Complete to number 17.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Ball carrier.
DeAndre Swift, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Seahawks 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Play action. Now it's Brady. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
43-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let's go! Hey, help him!
From the gun, it's Brady. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8.
Youngway Koo.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one. On the final act of the 3rd quarter.
The end of the 3rd.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Brady. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 54 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Here's Swift. And he'll be brought down at about about the 42. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Once again, it's Swift.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first down, Brady. Going right side here, and that's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Brady's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Off the bootleg, Brady. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
But that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Now Brady again. Eluding the pressure right. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Third down.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On the return comes Collins. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
41-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On play action, now Brady.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw, Brady. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To throw is Brady. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Vikings 20.
Now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Brady to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Into the red zone, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Back to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
31.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire